Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. We're about to get stuck back into some more reading with Yuri, and honestly, I can't wait. It's just so much fun. Let's find out what's got in store for us this time round. I retrieved my book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. I came prepared. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. That I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. I can't say I've ever really eaten chocolate with tea. Except maybe with, like, chocolate chip cookies. They're good. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. God, it's so adorable to imagine this. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. Oh god. I can't see too well. Huh? Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. What position is that? Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. How? Oh, wait, are you like holding the teacup with your right hand in front of you while you hold the book with your left? Is that? I mean, I guess that's probably, yeah, that probably makes sense because you can't really hold the book with your right hand if she's sitting on your right. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Oh, okay. Yeah? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. I like your thinking. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Whoa, that's very detailed. It's really fucking, like, that's beautiful art right there. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate. And I hold it up to Yuri. Oh, are we going to feed her? She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Like, are you just working on autopilot when you're reading? Perpheral. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. Give me more chocolate. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Ah. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Whoa, that was jarring. What? Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Okay, like just suddenly bang. It's over. Perpheral, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's go with Natsuki first. I liked your last one better. Hey. Yeah? Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. Ow, Natsuki! I put a lot of time and effort into that. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. I mean, I went fairly hard at going metaphorical and complicated, to be fair. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. I thought you didn't like it being your writing being called cute. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Ha! Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way of looking at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion. But my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. God. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. I feel personally attacked here. Because I love spiders. Call it a hot take or a... I don't know, what's the expression? Unpopular opinion. But I love spiders. So I feel very personally attacked by Natsuki right now. I'm wondering, is this about someone... Like, obviously, she's using the name Amy. Obviously, I don't think this is actually about someone called Amy. I'm wondering, is this aimed at Yuri? I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions on that one. Like, because it seems to be all about, like, how someone is helpful and friendly and all that kind of stuff, but this one thing just means that she's a horrible person in Natsuki's eyes. And I kind of get the impression that that might be as a reaction to what happened the previous day with Yuri. It's like, she writes like this, so I don't like her. Or she thinks she's better because she writes this way. That's why I hate her. But I don't know. Maybe I'm completely taking that the wrong way. Alternatively, I suppose it could be about herself in a weird way. Like, the spiders could be like a metaphor for something that she hates about herself, and that's why she doesn't like herself, or something along those lines. Like, the she likes spiders could like be a metaphor to her being small and cute. Like, she's small and cute, and that's why I don't like me. You know, even though she's friendly and she's likable and helpful to friends, just because of that one thing, she thinks she's gross and hates it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going through the fucking hoops here, so let's just move on before I get too in depth with this. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Like, yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Okay, getting the Yuri vibe here. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. Okay, so I was kind of on track. Kind of on track. I'm glad that I got close. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Okay, so there's something she does that's weird. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. Is this the manga thing? But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? So it is self-reflective. And it's about people not liking her because of something she likes that's considered weird, or I suppose creepy, probably not, but weird and unusual. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. I'm sitting here playing a visual novel. I think I totally get that. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. I 100% endorse that. Like, I suppose it's probably a huge generalization to say, but I do feel like the best bits of writing, be that songwriting, lyrical writing, poetry, prose, whatever it might be, I feel like the best ones have a message, something that they're trying to tell, something positive or something real that they're trying to say. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some forms of writing out there that are purely just for fun and don't have a real message in them. And I'm sure, I'm not saying they're not worthwhile or not worth anything. I just think the bits of writing that have the highest, what's even the word? I went from being like pulling words out of my ass last part to not being able to think of any words today. Like, I just feel like everything has to have a message if you're writing it. Otherwise, unless you're writing it just for yourself, it's kind of a bit of a waste of time. But that's just me, plenty of people write or draw or do whatever just for fun, with no message at all. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Oh, do we get to write a third poem? Okay, next up, Monika. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count your chickens on that one, sunshine. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Wait, what did she take when she said, oh, did she mean like, I'll take that? As if like, positivity. Okay, I thought she was physically taking my poem. Alright. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? Maybe. Or maybe that's just my natural writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? Hope you don't mean that in a bad way. It's like, no, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Does she? Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Nice one. Monika kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. God, that's already kind of dark. The colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me? What? I don't understand. I don't understand the last bit, the load me bit. I really like the imagery, I have to say. This is brilliant. The switch from colors, visual, like really, like flashing, expanding, piercing, like beautiful colors, but so vibrant that's painful. An endless cacophony, you know, like just excess. Violent grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Again, like the concept of just too much. This is interesting though. Sine, cosine, tangent, sin, cos, and tan from your trigonometry. I'm not sure what she's getting at here. But tangent I love because it's the concept of like, if something is a tangent, it touches it once and never again. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I've done trigonometry in school. Sine and cosine, I think, are different sorts of curves, but I could be wrong on that one. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like, playing a turntable is great, but obviously everybody hates the sound of nails on a chalkboard. Playing a vinyl, everybody loves the sound. Well, probably not everyone, but I love the sound of an actual vinyl on a turntable. But playing it on a pizza crust gives you the concept of doing something that should sound lovely, but instead sounds awful. And then an endless poem of meaningless. It's definitely interesting, but I don't get the load me. I really don't get the load me. So is she trying to say that there's like that she's struggling because there's too much? Is that the implication? Like everything around her should be nice and beautiful and pleasant, but it's just too much. I'm also trying to figure out, am I supposed to read it backwards maybe? Just because, like, that seems like it could be a title. Load me. No, okay, it doesn't read backwards. Okay. But like, save me? Oh, wait. I think it just clicked with me. Saving and loading. Like what you do in games. I don't know. Maybe that's what it's getting at, but I don't know. Okay, let's see what she has to say about it anyway. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I quite enjoy abstract stuff. I love stuff that makes you think. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. Yeah, like she's breaking up lines, like two words per line, even though the sentence is now spread across like 3 or 4 lines. Like that's pretty intelligent. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. Interesting. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. Is she trying to tell me that she's struggling? Is that what she means by this? Is she trying to tell me that everything is getting too much for her, that everything is in excess and she's really struggling? So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Okay. I think that's why it said save me and load me. So I'm gonna quickly just save it. Just in case, like, I know I'm doing exactly what it's telling me to do, which is the complete opposite of what I would normally do if something tells me to do something, but I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bit tense, just because I know that there's something coming in terms of, like, something that isn't going to be a comfortable feeling. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? This is some foreshadowing that I'm not really comfortable with anymore. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's actually kind of creeped me out, that. Just because now I'm really on edge. Okay, let's go Sayori. Ooh, I like this one. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. It's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Huh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. I mean, he's got a valid point. You know, if you don't think about yourself, you're gonna walk yourself into problems, and you're gonna get taken advantage of, and walked over, and stepped on, and treated like shit. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. I don't know if other people can sympathize with this. I hope they can. But sometimes if you are, like, sad or upset, you just want to feel sad. Like, you put on a sad song or you watch a sad movie. Sometimes it helps. You just want to feel that. So I kind of get that. I make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Huh? Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. Oh, that's already dark. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Like little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm, it's tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottles on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave. Discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging. Scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They were all shouting, pleading. Something. But all I hear is echo. 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 Inside my head. That is deep. Like, I guess it makes sense for someone who's so constantly positive and bubbly. Like, this is effectively her saying that she's constantly giving out parts of herself in order to make people happy. And every time she feels like she's losing a part of herself. My collection makes me lots of friends, but each bottle a starlight to make amends. Like, she's giving out parts of herself to try to fix things, to make things better. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. When her friends are upset, she puts she takes a part of herself into making them better. But she's losing part of herself every time. And it seems to just be constant. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping, like she's scraping the bottom. I blow dust off my bottle caps, like the concept of having loads of caps but no bottles because they've all been opened. My friends look through my locked front door, like she doesn't let them in to see her problems. It's locked, nobody gets in. And then, the friends come in, they just want the bottles, they're frantic, they want to take everything. And then, this mantra of happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, trying to convince yourself not to be sad, to try to talk yourself into just keeping happy. But then, all I hear is echo. There's nothing left, it's empty, it's just echoing and nothing. That's really, really deep for someone so bubbly, which what they say about, like, the funniest and the happiest people are usually the most depressed inside of, that whole concept. So I suppose that's kind of where this is coming from. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Yeah, that's a fantastic work. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best! I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay. Last up is Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Perpheral. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I I know what Yuri likes to think before she speaks. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks. So I offer that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. Aww. It probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies. As in... Is that unordinary human? I think it's unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I think this is very clever. So, either she's speaking in the first person, in like talking about I gave the raccoon this. And I think that is the perspective she's taking on this, but I think the raccoon is us. I think the raccoon is me. In that she knows what she's doing. She knows that we're interested. We've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Like, she knows, like, we're coming to her more and more often. But she likes that, so she's keeping what's keeping us coming back handy. A rush of blood, which is a very good metaphor, you know, obviously knife cutting blood, but a rush of blood in that, you know, a feeling. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. For people who don't know who Pavlov was, he trained a dog through repetition of actions to salivate at the sound of a bell, because every time he rang a bell, he presented the dog with food. So eventually, the dog associated the food with the bell, so when he took the food away, the dog expected food and started to salivate. So that's a very quick and basic rundown of what Pavlovian conditioning is. It's training someone or something to expect something because of repeated exposure to it. So in this case, she's giving us what we want so as we'll keep coming back, I think. Because she's saying, and I feed myself again, because she's enjoying the attention, and maybe the attention isn't the right word. She's enjoying our interest and our company, maybe. You know, I give the raccoon a piece of bread. That's the initial temptation. My subconscious well aware of the consequences. She knows that she knows what's going to happen. She knows that she's developing interest. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. She knows that by showing that interest, we're going to keep coming back. But then, you know, she kind of talks about it in like a sickness, as in like she doesn't want to be like this. Like it's an illness that this is a symptom of. I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading this, but she's probably going to explain it now in a second. Although she's not going to tell us it's about us, clearly. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. You've no idea, really. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what this is supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Okay. So, I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Huh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. So I wonder if this would have changed depending on whether we read Yuri's or Natsuki's first. But also, maybe I did misread it. I still think that there was an aspect of that being about us. But also, I kind of get where she's coming from in like, she wants to keep doing it even though she knows it's bad. Hence the raccoon constantly coming back, unconsciously knowing the consequence, talking in that kind of a way. So I suppose, yeah, I can kind of see it. Maybe I'm just being like really selfish and thinking it's about me. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Very true. I might be ranting a little bit now. The amount of people who are afraid to express like the things that they love for fear of judgment. It's so sad and disappointing because if you're passionate about something, do it. I'm so lucky that I have friends who share my weird hobbies. Like, I love that I can play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends and there's no mockery there. Like, even the fact that my own parents and siblings know I play that, I've never gotten a single bit of mockery about it. I love that people that I'm around can just accept that I'm a fucking book nerd, that I play tons of games, that I play the piano, that I do these things that plenty of people get mocked for. But I feel sad for people who don't have that, who don't have the support around them to just feel like they can pursue the passions that they love, the hobbies that they want to do. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. I really hope we're not going to have another row now at the end. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing! Oh god. Performing? Yeah, I knew she'd be super nervous about this. Monika? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been colouring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right! And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Very inspirational, Monika, but I don't know if they're going to be down for this. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I really don't have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. And we're going to get in... I think they're going to go through a lot of poems here, so I think we're going to get into these poems in the next part. And I have a sneaking suspicion that this event is going to go tits up. Excuse my French. But we'll see. But anyway, we're going to leave it here for now, and we'll pick back up on these poems in the next part. But until then, guys, take care, and thanks for watching.